What's good, YouTube? It's your favorite boy, driven flavor like a Himalayan gator. Follow my Instagram at sauce underscore Osama underscore Shabazz to take down a video or to react to something. Uh, Let me know in the comment section down below after I do this video. Do y'all want to hear me talk about T and K Squad versus CJ So Cool and Royalty? In my opinion on that matter, just let me know, and I will. Okay, what is it like filming Teddy Parks while Donald Glover stayed in a terrifying character on set? Teddy Parks will likely go down as one of the weirdest episodes of Atlanta or on television in general. Even at the later, it left several unanswered questions. For starters, who's playing that titular character, a creepy rich recluse who Aaron Darius uh, Lakeith Stafford is in a mansion under percentage of a pianist Vulture who can the man unmatch the clown wig drawn on eyebrows, a fake teeth was going other than Danny Glover in a white face. He spoke to the character Derek Holloway, who played Teddy in the wheelchair bound the brother Benny, hoping the episode comes together in the theories of Benny's true identity. However, it was revealed that Donald Glover went full method, remaining in character on set. How did you get this part? I still blows my mind. I actually worked on season one, and I had a line as a barista, and I got an email from the agent asking me if I was available to do any roles. Leave it this week later. I came featuring shooting scene. How did you get the script? Filming the scene is not knowing the full context of the episode. Yep. I only came to the scene to think that I could imagine was trying to keep contact the spirit of the episode on hush. Literally, I had no idea that Teddy Parks was actually played by Danny Glover. I was on set, and the director, Hiro Mashima, called Teddy to come over and said, "Let me see what Teddy thinks." And I said, "Okay, what is it, Teddy?" God, they call him Teddy on set. Yes, they call him Teddy on set. He acted as Teddy. No Donald on set. However, I kid you not, our engagement on season one completely. Okay, I'm gonna stop right there. Yeah, I'm just gonna talk about the whole episode because I seen it. Now we got a never abandoned Neverland vibe by it, where we get Darius driving. He bought a "Make America Great Again" hat and a red Sharpie and a whole bunch of other tools and necessary stuff to move an object, which we didn't know until he said it. And the character of Benny, I think, yeah, Benny is a weird guy, like Michael Jackson. Like he looked like Michael Jackson. And throughout the episode, we get weird dialogue throughout the whole episode before we meet Teddy, where it's just him eating an ostrich egg, and Darius can't stand the smell of the ostrich egg. Because I mean, any boiled egg really just smells funny, and the way he was eating it was just weird. Where a normal person would boil it fully, crack the egg, and just eat. Well, me personally, I never like crack the whole egg so I can have it. So it's like a layer missing on the one side, and then I eat inward out, which is weird in itself, but whatever. Or I eat outward in, however. It really just depends on the egg and time. Like I might have 6 eggs and eat hour in and hour out, like reverse, because it don't make a difference. And we get Michael Jackson references Stevie Wonder, where there just says, I like listening to Stevie Wonder when I drive because his songs go on for a long time and it's going to be a long road, long drive. So, it's that. Alright. We did a normal way interview of Larkin's change. It was a night and day. It was extremely what you expected. I saw a young African American man and a older white male on set the first time I filmed Atlanta. It was a room chatting with us. It was normal conversation between normal people, but at the time it was conspiracy walking around as Teddy, not Donald. It was he had security and everything, and I remember I saw Google Teddy Parks and a wrestler came up, but I didn't think it was this guy. Lark and Donald had some interesting thoughts on what it meant. Okay. Imagine that you saw a creepy out whole cast of crew and him blinking around like who would you want and da, da, da. Before I found out that it was him, I assisted told me to go and talk to Teddy and ask him for something different about Benny Museum. He said sitting on the couch, I felt like Teddy, how are you doing? The conversation was quiet, weird again, and he even went while chilling a high pitched voice. Yes, the whole time there was not even an inch of Donald Glover on the set. It was inspiring. Getting Donald Glover a fucking nominee, cause I ain't gonna lie, like I ain't seen some of his movies, and Donald Glover is like a triple threat where he can sing, rap. You can put that in the same category. He can act. He's a comedian. He's a dance choreographer. So I mean, he's multifaceted. How was the acting opposites of him in the final scenes with the shooting? By the time we shot the final scene and I kind of knew everything was taking place, it was a number of takes. I would say spent half of the day on set on the scene where I was very early calling time and I actually shot that scene before the scene in the basement in that order. So it probably took an hour because we were pushing for time and it spent the entire day doing different shoots. The murder suicide between the three characters was hundreds, and probably it spent a total of 2 to 3 days in the mansion of scrubbing. Oh, a mansion in a suburb of Atlanta where we didn't have time, and I had a conversation with Teddy about trying to grasp the older character and also bring Teddy into Benny's acting, and I also really had to learn how to use that wheelchair, which I was struggling with. Benny was a surprise to the older, to everything special about his chair. Benny has, however, once got inside the research. Okay, this article going on forever. A deeper layer into the character and where it meant to read into. Honestly, seeing this episode, I'm like Teddy's either a real person or he's a figment of Benny's imagination, and I didn't know how it was going to watch. And the brothers, I like to tell them that I watched and saw the whole story by the father who did push their sons to be great, even if the experience of the kids who livelihood Honestly, I heard to explain it, it was no doubt in my mind that the story came from somewhere deep in my home by Donald's creation. He knew the people wanted in a little speckle of people who would reply. Yeah, because this episode gave us that Mike. I mean, he even referenced it. Michael Jackson, Serena Williams. Like, he referenced famous people who actually had to sacrifice their childhood for the greatness and the better good of their life. There's a theory that Benny and Teddy's father, who've been locked in a basement the whole time, and there's no Benny and Teddy. Teddy is Benny. Whatever. It makes a lot of sense, but it's confusing because they showed the footage of Benny playing the piano with his father standing and giving him direction, and Benny and his dad. I would not have thought Benny was actually the dad, and maybe it's because they sent me a T-shirt with a picture of the younger Benny on it. However, Donald is for the dad. Makeup and pretend. Did you expect to want a lighter up your lips? Cute then shares his side of deleted Instagram photos between takes and never moved a muscle and creeping him out where he's stuck because of the amount of maturity to the. Okay, that's the end of the article. Uh, you really have to watch the episode 2 times to really get where it was going because the character looks just like Michael Jackson and it's a heavy reference to him.